This Can't Be Happening at Macdonald Hall by Gordon Korman. Congratulations, boys. Perry Elbert teetered into dormitory 2, his arms piled high with books. Just in front of his own door, his shoe got caught in a hole in the carpet. Perry hit the floor with a thud, his dozen textbooks landing in 12 consecutive aftershocks. The door of room 201 burst open. Bruno emerged, howling like a madman. "What's all the noise out here? Can't a guy study? Don't you have any consideration for other people? You can't go around making such a racket in the halls." Perry was shocked. "At least," he pointed out, "what I drop doesn't walk away and infest the dorm." Bruno's door slammed shut. Elmer had retreated to the school library. There was just no room for him in 201 now that Bruno had taken over. Textbooks, papers, and charts were spread out on both beds, both desks, and a good portion of the floor. Notes on organic chemistry were taped to the bathroom walls so that no time would be wasted. Bruno himself was red-eyed from lack of sleep. Exams were to begin the next day. A similar situation prevailed in room 109, minus the mess. In fact, efficiency reigned supreme. George had hired a tutoring service to make sure he was properly prepared. He sat at his keyboard in a sort of trance as a team of professors in Athabasca, Alberta, fed him practice questions via the internet. George typed in his answers and numbers on the screen, indicated his percentage in each course, and numbers on the screen indicated his percentage in each course. All but one were first-class marks. George was extremely upset because he only attained 78% in physics. He was, however, running a 98% in health. Boots had also fled to the library. He was more determined than ever to get good marks because he was convinced that the best day of his life would be the day he could remove himself from the domicile of George Wexford Smythe III. As the days passed, the boys discovered something very unusual about the exams. They were easy. Bruno actually knew the answers. For the first time in his academic life, he would not have to wait with bated breath for the test results, and Boots, who was generally a better student than Bruno, became confident that this was going to be the best showing he had ever made. When Bruno and Boots were once again summoned to the office, they were met by a smiling Mr. Sturgeon, who waved them away from the bench and into the comfortable visitors' chairs. He took 2 brown folders from a drawer. "My congratulations, boys," he commented. "Your parents will be very proud of you, and I want you to know that I am proud of you too. I never thought I would see the day when you would both make the honor roll, although I have always known you to be quite capable of doing so." The honor roll! The boys' faces beamed with delight. "First-class marks, sir? Really?" exclaimed Boots. "I think my mother is going to want me examined by a doctor," gasped Bruno. They were rewarded by a dignified chuckle from the headmaster. "Please feel free to open the envelopes, boys. You may have a preview of your results." Bruno stared at his marks. They were 8s instead of 6s, and 9s instead of 7s. His overall percentage was 86. Boots had even surpassed that with an average of 89. "For this achievement," said Mr. Sturgeon, "you both deserve a reward." The two exchanged a look of pure joy. Finally, after endless weeks of George and Elmer, they were going to get back together again. Bruno's plan had succeeded. "As a reward for your excellent showing," Mr. Sturgeon continued, "I am making full restoration of your privileges." He smiled. "Even yours, Bruno." The boys sat silently, expecting to hear more. It came. I can't understand why I didn't think of it sooner," the headmaster declared triumphantly. "Putting you in residence with 2 such scholars as Elmer Grimsdale and George Wexford Smythe III was an excellent idea. The results are right there in your folders." "Yes, sir," stammered Boots. Bruno, for once in his life, was struck absolutely dumb. "That will be all," concluded Mr. Sturgeon pleasantly. "Once again, may I offer my congratulations. Macdonald Hall is very proud of you." Bruno and Boots left the building in a hurry. Never before had their plans backfired so thoroughly. "If all else fails, be an angel," mimicked Boots disgustedly. "The cannon," said Bruno in a strangled voice. "Midnight." And that's the end of that chapter.